So ever since I left college, I've been in a couple of different businesses. Number one, I was a high school football coach for a little while, and then I transitioned to being a college football coach. Absolutely love that. But in that, I dealt with a lot of kids in that 16, 17, all the way up into 18-year-old range. And then after that, I worked at a church for about 2 years. And so in those two careers, I dealt with a lot of kids that had great home lives, and I dealt with a lot of kids that had really, really poor home lives. And so one of the things that I've learned as being a parent is it's very, very important to tell our kids and let our kids know certain things about us. We have to tell them, and B, we have to show them. So these are the four things that I tell my kids at least once a week, and I make sure that they know these things, not only by the words, but also with my actions. And the first one is, I love you. I always tell every one of my kids, I love you, every day. At some point every day, I tell my daughter, and my son, I love you. They need to know that they are loved, and they need to be shown that they are loved. So many times, and you've seen it on movies and on TV shows, and you've heard people say, no one ever said I love you in my home. That wasn't a big deal. Well, it is a big deal with us because people need to know that they are loved, and that people need to be shown that they are loved. The second thing I tell my kids at least once a week is, you are a special boy, or my daughters, you are a special girl, because they need to know that they are special. They need to know that they are set apart. The Bible talks about us being set apart, and I want my kids to know that they are special. They're special in my eyes, but they're also special in God's eyes. They are special. The third thing I always tell my kids, at least once a week, is you will change the world one day. I want my kids to know that they have something inside of them that will affect the world in a positive way. Making money is great, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to make this world a better place. And I want my kids to know and believe in their heart that they will change the world one day. So at least once a week, I will tell my kids, you will change the world one day. The last thing I always tell my kids at least once a week is, I love your mom. One of those things that I always tell them that I know that it's important. They need to know that they are in a family where the mom loves the dad and the dad loves the mom. That's for a number of reasons. Number one, it's security. They need to know that their home is secure by the one spouse loving the other spouse. Number two, it is an example of the way marriage should be. We need to convey and show our kids a message, and we need to show our kids an example of what marriage should be. Because marriage is the fabric of our society. And when marriages fall apart, societies start to fall apart around them. And so I want my kids to know that I love their mom. And I need to tell them that at least once a week. So here's what I do. At least once a week, and once a day sometimes. I love you. You are a special boy, or you are a special girl. You are going to change the world one day. And that I love your mom. Convey these things to your kids, not only by the words that you say, but also show them those things. Show them ways that they can do those things, but also show them that you love them and that you care for them in all these ways.